Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all at Defense Officers Academy, Dehradun. Today is a very special session of transformation of sentences, and this is part 2 of the series that I started last time. So in this series, in part 2, we will discuss in detail simple, complex and compound sentences, and we will understand the basics of all these types of sentences. This is number 1. Secondly, we will look at the transformation of sentences, and we will also try to understand the difference in these 3 types of sentences. So I hope you will enjoy the session with me today. So I wish to welcome you all again. So let's move on. So please see, we will look at the simple sentence first and we'll try to understand what is exactly a simple sentence. As the name suggests, it's a simple sentence. Okay. Simple sentence means a sentence which is complete in its own sense, and it has only one verb. This is very important to understand. I will not go deep into the nitty-gritty of the grammar, I would say, but I'll make it very simple for you so that it becomes easy for all the viewers to understand the concept well. So the sentence which can stand on its own and has only one verb is what we understand from simple sentence. So I'm reading out the details with you all. So Athab Joshi, Anshuman and all my other children, I welcome you all. Let's go on. A simple sentence is one that has only one subject and one predicate, and by itself the meaning of the sentence is complete and no addition is required. So I want to make it very simple. Like I said, it has only one verb. So the first challenge that we have before us in understanding the grammar concepts is that, to know what are the different parts of that particular sentence. But I want to make it very simple. So the sentence which can stand on its own and has a complete meaning, okay, and has one verb is what we understand from a simple sentence. Let's look at, for example, we have some examples. Tripti plays the piano well. Meena leads a contented life. Number 2, the broken jug cannot hold life. Now the biggest challenge before a student is that how to identify a verb, because there are certain imposters. There are certain words in a sentence which seems that it's a verb, but essentially it is not a verb. Okay. For example, ing form, laughing, similarly 2 plus verb, 2 plus verb. So ing form works as a gerund. So you don't have to confuse. Similarly, 2 plus verb is infinitive. Why we are trying to understand these particles is that we want to understand how can we identify a sentence by looking at the verb. So a simple sentence has one verb only. So simple sentence will carry one verb only. This is very, very important. Now, I think this point is very much clear to everyone. Like Tripti plays the piano well. So here the verb plays is here with us. Similarly, Meena leads a contented life. Here leads, the broken jug cannot hold water. Okay, so hold here. So if we look at each sentences, we'll come to know that all of them have single verb, and that is what makes it a simple sentence. And the meaning of each sentence is absolutely clear. Let's move on with some more slides. Let's move to the compound sentences. I'm reading out, but then I will make it very clear to you. I'll simplify. A compound sentence is made up of two or more simple sentences joined by conjunctions. There are two kinds of conjunctions that join simple sentences to make compound sentences. Now, let me simplify this entire statement. A compound sentence will have two verbs. Very, very important. In simple sentence, we had one verb only. In compound sentence, we will have two verbs. Important to understand. We'll have two verbs. And also, to understand, there will be two clauses and they will stand on their own. They do not need any additional information. That is what a compound sentence is all about. Also, they will be joined by coordinating conjunctions, and they are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so, etc. An easy way to remember these conjunctions is to remember the word fanboys. So I think everybody must be aware of this acronym. So we have F stands for A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for or, and Y for yet. So this is as simple as you can see on the screen behind me. Part B. Correlative conjunctions: either or, neither nor, although yet, hardly when, etc. Let's move on with the slide. Now I have some examples to share with you all. Meera is very poor. Meera leads a contented life. So it has two parts. Meera is very poor. Meera leads a contented life. If you look at this one, if you try to understand, here verb number 1 is here, this one, and then we have one verb this side. Okay, so we can understand very clearly that it's a compound sentence. A compound sentence has two verbs and both equal sentences. Both these sentences can stand on its own. They do not require any other information. Let's understand. Meera is very poor but leads a contented life. So we have made it, a compound sentence. We can join them together, and we have used here but. We have used the conjunction and made it a compound sentence. Let's see the other example that we have in hand. Number B. They decided to go on a picnic. It started to rain. They went for a movie. They decided to go on a picnic, but it started to rain, so they went for a movie. So it became a compound sentence. So how many verbs do we have? We'll see to go. Okay, so they decided here, started, went also here, and then started also. They decided to go on a picnic but started to rain, so they went for a movie. So we can join them together and make a compound sentence. Number C. They had reached the picnic spot. It began to rain. Hardly had they reached the picnic spot when it began to rain. So we can see here, when the sentence starts from hardly had, and then we are using when. And dear viewers, I also want to tell you that these kinds of questions are often asked in the RIMC examination every single year. That is what makes it very, very important. Let's move on. Let's move on. Now there is one exercise that I want to share with you all. I hope if you try to understand, you will get to know. Write whether, actually it's not, the spelling is wrong. Whether each of the following sentences is a simple or compound sentence. Let's look at number 1. Fatima dances well. Now viewers, you can share your responses right in the chat box that we have. We'll be happy to help. Yeah, reached is a verb. Fatima dances well. Please see this one. One verb is there. So let me see. what will happen is going to be simple sentence. Number second, they reached the airport on time, but the flight was cancelled due to bad weather. Okay, so sentence, if we look at number 2 here, here is the conjunction. Okay, and we can also see, okay, was cancelled, here verb is there, here is reached. So this is going to be the compound sentence. This is very, very important to understand. Compound sentence. Again, number 3, they are playing football. This is the verb, a single verb. It's a very easy sentence to understand. So it is going to be a simple sentence. Number 4. Now you can share. My tooth was aching, so I went to see a dentist. Please see here. Here is the verb. Okay. This is also a verb here. But to see, we have to see if it is used as an infinitive. That's what I was talking to you. So we can see, and here so. Conjunction is here. So this will be a compound sentence. Compound Let's move on. Ramesh is writing his homework and Simran is having her dinner. Please see here. Is writing. Is the verb here. The helping verb is used. Similarly here the verb is there and is joined by this conjunction. Very easy to understand that it's a compound sentence. So we need to identify also, we need to understand also. We'll be done with this. Now please see number 6th one till 5th we are done with. One of the 7 brothers of Rashid was a diamond merchant. We need to find the verb here. You will see the sentence is very long sentence, but we need to identify the verb also over here in number 6 one. How can we identify that? Here it's a verb. So this should be a simple sentence. Simple Now comes the seventh one. Steve dropped out of the school, yet he became a rich merchant. So this is going to be the conjunction used over here, and became verb, drop, this is also verb, and then in that sense it's going to be compound sentence. And here also the point to understand is that both these clauses can stand on its own. Let me see. Seventh is compound. Okay, fine. Now let's move on to number 8. The floor area of the factory is 20 times the area of a football field. Can somebody share number 8? And why? I think Ranveer Prasad says simple. For which one? 8 is a simple. Yes, of course. Because here you will find this verb. Otherwise there is no verb over here. We need to understand. So this will be a simple sentence. So dear viewers, I hope you have understood the concept of simple sentence and compound sentence. Naturally I am going to move ahead with the complex sentence also, but in a while. Before that I wish to share a worksheet with you all, so that we'll try to do it here itself, and I want you to share your answers with me right here, so that we can exactly understand how we can join two simple sentences to make one compound and vice versa. One verb. Okay, superb. Great. I really appreciate your responses. Let's move on. Now comes the exercise, and we will look at each part of the worksheet. Okay, let's look at number 1. Tarun caught the thief. He handed him over to the police. Tarun got a reward. What we are supposed to do? Combine these simple sentences to form compound sentences. Okay. So we have to combine all these simple sentences to form a compound sentence. So let's look at each one of them. Tarun caught the thief. He handed him over to the police. Tarun got a reward. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Now let's do it. Tarun caught the thief and handed him over to the police, comma, let me see if there are some responses. So he got a reward. So this is how we can combine these simple sentences to form a compound sentences. Let's look at number 2. She was not very well educated. She ran a successful business. So let's join them. She was not very well educated, comma, yet she ran successful business. Successful business. So this is how we can. Let me see. She was not very well educated, but still she ran a successful business shared by Ranveer Prasad. Okay, she was not very well. Okay, great. Number 3. He works in a shop. He manages his farm. And we can do it like this. He works in a shop and manages his farm. So if you look at this sentence, the compound one, so here you will see the verb here, works, similarly manages, and is joined by the conjunction. So this is how we can identify the sentence also. At the same time, you will find it easy to do it. She works in a shop and manages his farm is shared by. Okay, it's, I think, Vicky Purohit with the name, but okay. Let's move on. Number next, Tagore was a novelist and wrote poetry. Again, here was number 1 verb. Here also wrote verb number 2, and it is joined by conjunction. So we can clearly see that this is going to be the one of the characteristics of the compound sentence. That's what we do it. Okay, let's see number 5th one. They were punished. They were punished. They were punished. So they felt sorry. So here we can see the verb here were and here felt. So it's clearly a compound sentence. So we must need to identify the verb. So again, I want to reiterate my point that I have made at the beginning of the session today, that in simple sentence we'll be having one verb and a clause which is complete in its sense, and in compound sentence we'll have two verbs. Let's move on. Number 6 one. He was intelligent. He won a prize. He was intelligent. So he won a prize. So here one can see the verb. Here is the verb. Here one is the verb and this is the conjunction. So naturally it is the compound sentence. He was intelligent, so he won a prize. Very, very nice. Number 7, he worked hard, so he worked hard, he got through the competition. He worked hard, he worked hard, and so he worked hard, so he got through the competition. Let's look at he worked hard, so he got through the competition. Nicely shared. Number 8. She must leave now. She will be late. She must leave now or she will be she must leave now or she'll be late. Okay, very, very good. Or great. Mind your ways. Mind your ways, or you will come to grief. You must go with Mala. You must ask somebody to go with her. You must go with Mala. Go with Mala, or you must ask somebody. You must ask somebody to go with her. So these are very simple ways that you can combine, these sentences to form compound sentences. You must go with Mala or ask somebody. So I would like to now go ahead with the session today. where I will talk about the complex sentences. So we have understood very clearly what a simple sentence is all about, what is compound sentence, and we have seen some examples where we tried to identify the simple sentence and also tried to identify compound sentence. Now we'll try to see the complex sentence also. I've got some exercise for you as well, but let's go ahead and see. Okay, please see, this is very important thing that I want to share with you. A complex sentence has one main clause and one one subordinate clause. Okay, example, Aman was overjoyed when he got the first prize. This sentence has two parts. Please see this one. Aman was overjoyed. This is one. When he got the first prize. This one. So if you look at the first part, Aman was overjoyed. This is called the main clause. Please try to understand. This is the main clause. And when he got the first prize, now when he got the first prize does not make complete sense. When he got the first prize, so what? So this is very important to understand, that this is the dependent clause, or subordinate clause you can say. There is a subject and a verb in each part, hence each is a clause. The first clause, Aman was overjoyed, make complete sense. This is what I tried to make you understand by itself. So it can stand on its own. We therefore call it the main clause. This one, Aman was overjoyed. It depends on the first clause to complete its meaning, hence it is dependent or the subordinate clause. Which one? When he got the first prize. The second clause, when he got the first prize, does not make complete meaning, hence it is dependent or subordinate clause. So this is what we were talking about. This one is the subordinate clause, CLAUSE. So this is very important to understand, that in complex sentence you will find one main clause which can stand on its own and will make its complete sense. However, in the second one will be subordinate clause which depends on the main clause. So that is what I wanted to let the children know. Okay, let's move on. We've got one exercise. Okay, there are some examples if you can see. So you'll see different particles of this subordinate clause. Tara said that she would call, here the noun clause, this is the house that we grew up in. I could not forgive him because he lied to me, adverb clause. Join the following sentences to form complex sentences. Use the words in brackets to help you. Please see this one, very important. He is angry. He is angry since he deceived him. So we can make in this way, we can make it a compound one. So he is angry here is the main clause. It can stand. Since he deceived him, it does not make its own sense. I am Anshuman. Okay, Anshuman. Good to see you today. Somebody sharing, since he's receiving, he was angry. Okay, that is also fine. Let's see number 1. He will win the prize, we expect it. We expect that just 1 second. We expected we expect that he will win the prize. Let's see. We expected that he will, then he will not come. Sorry, he will not come. We expected. So the sentence you have changed it into past tense. Please see, whosoever has shared it with me, please try to understand this point. He failed the examination. He failed the examination because he did not study. Did not study. You have been deceived. That is the truth. Okay, sir. So we can make it this way. It is the truth that you have been deceived. And last and not the least, I am coming towards the end of today's session. I wanted to share your feelings and thought with me. If the class has been some useful to you, we'll be really happy. There was one question on grammar which I could not answer it. I think you have understood pretty well. Somebody is writing have been deceived. Have been will not come, because for singular you will always use has been. So there was one question on grammar which I could not answer it. So I think you will be fairly good with this. Somebody says do not end the class. Okay. So we have some more questions lined up. If you can share. That scout set up camp for the night. There was a fresh water spring there. Please do share your answer. And who is sharing this thought? So the scouts set up camps for the night where there was a fresh water spring up. Where a fresh water spring there. Where there was a fresh water spring. The scouts set up camp for the night. The scouts set up camp for the night where there was a fresh water spring. SPRING. A man robbed a bank last night. They caught the man. They caught the man who robbed a bank last night. Let me see. There was a fresh water for the night. Okay, good. They caught the man who robbed a bank last night. Then comes, that is the school I studied there. So that is the school where I studied. They caught the man who robbed the bank last night. Okay. That is the school where I studied. DI. Okay. The grapes hung over the garden wall. The fox saw the grapes. Okay, very good. Going on. Pavan Kumar. I think this is Atharv Joshi. The fox saw that the grapes hung over the garden wall. Let's see, the fox saw that the grapes hung over the garden wall. Okay. There was a boy who wanted to be a musician. Okay, so that is all that I had for the day today. I hope it's been a meaningful and important session for you all, those who are preparing for RMC exam June 2026. So good luck to all the aspirants, and we'll definitely catch up in the next session. And I wish to request all the aspirants around the globe, whosoever would like to become a part of our academy, that is Defense Officers Academy, Dehradun, may please join us. Our WhatsApp number, Telegram contact number is right behind me. Be a part of the winning team. Be a part of the legacy, because in the last session we've got very encouraging results. So if you would like to become the part of this team who can come and do well in the upcoming exam, you're most welcome. Thank you for joining today's session. I rest my class. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.